The Triple M Grill Team.
Which means it's been a year since you boys were at Gallipoli.
Yeah, we were just talking about it before, how quickly time has gone. I mean, when we had the wonderful opportunity to go across with the Fanatics and spend some time in Istanbul and then drive down the 5-6 hours to Gallipoli and be there was quite incredible, wasn't it, MG?
Well,
we couldn't believe it once we were there, how special it was.
Well, I couldn't believe how apprehensive I was about going on the trip in the first place, because I'd never really heard of Istanbul until I went over there. And Turkey, you know, you think it's going to Turkey, you think of it, not what it was.
Midnight Express.
Well, it was one of the most...
Yeah, you do. And it was just the most majestic place, Istanbul. And
well, it was the centre of the world for a long, long time. It was Constantinople.
Constantinople, exactly.
It was the centre of the Catholic Church and or the Christian Church, and so much has changed, been conquered so many times, and it's amazing the Turkish people, how open they are now, you know. I mean, I wonder if we'd do the same thing if we were invaded.
No way.
Especially this time of year, so many Aussies turning up, and how many young Australians turned up to be there for Gallipoli, and the fact that we spoke about it earlier in the show, they're keeping the Anzac dream alive. These youngsters, this new generation, want to be a part of it, and
but I'll never forget
amazing.
Waking up on the morning of Anzac Day at Anzac Cove, and you're sitting 100 metres from where the diggers, lots of them lost their lives needlessly, and you just think to yourself, they were there 100 years ago. The people who basically paved the way for us to have the country we have today.
That's 17, 18 years old as well.
Yeah.
Let's revisit 1 year ago, the Grill Team's trip to Gallipoli.
April 25, 1915, Australian and New Zealand soldiers landed on the shores of Gallipoli.
It was from that doomed landing on the shores of Gallipoli that the Anzac legend grew.
We stand in awe of their courage.
Arriving at the wrong location, there were almost 2,500 casualties on the first night.
I've never experienced a feeling like that before. Wastage of human life.
As we drove into Gallipoli this morning, MG, we noticed on the left-hand side of the bus how flat the terrain was, and that's exactly where the Anzacs should have been coming on to land in Turkey.
If they only they got their coordinates right, would have been a lot less bloodshed, I suppose.
The Battle of Lone Pine was fought over 4 days between August 6 and 10, 1915. It was a diversion to draw Turkish troops away. Australia suffered roughly 2,000 casualties.
We just walked into Lone Pine, which was a mass gravesite. The first one we come across, Gussie, J. Kirkpatrick, Australian Infantry. What's his birth date?
Quite incredible, it's the 7th of December, which is, of course, the birthday you and I share. This is literally the first grave site that we saw. And
it starts to hit you now, doesn't it?
Just want a bit of time to reflect, I think.
Most of these grave sites, we look at quickly around at the ages, 18, 16, 19, 15.
Imagine having to come here and how frightened they would have been.
The Neck is the site of a battle that took place on August 7, 1915.
Is this real or just a dream?
The land connects two Anzac trench sites.
Rise up like the sun.
372 men were killed in just 20 minutes.
It's incredible the size of it. It is literally only 23 paces actually pasted out. So it's basically the size of a cricket pitch. The Turks on one side, Aussies on the other.
Be still.
Johnston's Jolly was captured by the Anzac forces on the first day of landing.
Fearlessness on your sleeve.
And taken back by Turkish forces the day after.
Tell me, what did you see?
The area is now home to a cemetery.
Was there something out there for me?
Which was constructed after the armistice and is the final resting place of 181 Anzac soldiers.
Be still. Close your eyes.
We only know the name of one.
Soon enough you'll be on your own.
We're standing now at Johnston's Jolly, which is only about 50 metres away from the trenches that MG and I just walked through when you can't help but get choked up. It's where the Turkish and the Australians were fighting month after month after month for a bit of land which looks no more than a tennis court. And then you walk along to Johnston's Jolly and you see another 181 Anzacs passed.
I've just noticed a young lady here looking over a gravesite and putting a little flower by it.
This is the gravesite of my great-great-uncle, so my pop's uncle.
He came over really young and died quite early.
Can you believe you found this?
No, I can't believe it at all. So it's really special for my family.
Don't break character. You've got a lot of heart.
I welcome you as we gather at this special place on the Gallipoli Peninsula to remember all those who served here.
God, the cost and horror of those days still haunt us as a nation.
We experienced everything we had to experience, and then the icing on the cake was the dawn service. One of them mornings that we look back and say to our grandkids, look, you're there, you should do the same thing.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them, lest we forget.